Hi, in today's video we're going to meet Jessica Leslie.
Hi everyone.
Who's a singer, songwriter and Christian musician. Stay tuned.
In the darkness of night, when I lose all strength, will to even carry on.
Welcome back. If this is your first time visiting this channel, please consider subscribing, and for the link to the full music video, which will be available from the 15th of May, look in the description below. So let's get to know Jessica a bit. Jessica, what's your story? How did you get into singing and how did you become a Christian musician?
I've wanted to sing ever since I was a little girl. Music has always been a big part of me whilst I was at school. Always took part in choirs, etc. But in terms of my journey as an artist, I would say it started in my late teens when I started to write songs after meeting Jesus for myself. I've always kind of gone, I went to start to go to church late in my childhood after my mum's conversion, but in terms of finding Jesus for myself, it was in my late teens, and that's when I started to write these songs. But in terms of actually starting the recording process, that was more when I was at university. That's when I recorded my first extended play, my EP. So the initial idea with it really was to use it as an evangelism tool on campus. I had spoken to a few of my friends, and that's what we initially wanted to do. Within me, I kind of felt like God wanted to do a bit more with it. And so we did a video for my first single, which by the grace of God got a lot of traction. A lot of people were engaging in it. And we got invitation across the globe, so that was really encouraging. Been doing it ever since. I've had a few singles here and there. But Revealed, of which Everlasting Father is one of the songs on the album, is my debut album. So I'm really excited about that. So far so good, and we're just trusting God with it.
So did you have any official kind of music training to learn how to sing, or is it just all natural talent?
As a child, I used to be a very shy child, believe it or not, until music came into my life. But I think when I found out that I wanted to do it professionally, I did invest in some lessons. I believe, that sometimes we're given these raw talents, but we have to invest in them in order to improve and strive for excellency. So yeah,
that's true. So you've been on Christian TV and also on Christian radio, as well as, I believe, secular radio. You mentioned earlier when we were talking, secular as in not just Christian music playing. So what's been the experience with that, and how did that end up happening?
For my first single, Set Apart, we did a video, and the video got quite a lot of traction, which is how invitations came out from TV, radio. So I definitely would like to say that it was a God thing. We were just kids having fun, but God really opened doors. Like, we got invitations across the globe, Kenya, India.
Wow.
And the good thing about it all is the fact that I feel like the music goes beyond the church. By that I mean, if you were to ask me personally, what is your calling? I would say it's to take this message of hope, outside the four walls of the church to the nations. And I really firmly believe in that. I'm boldly unashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and yes, my music is quite eclectic. It ranges from rock to jazz to ballads, but in terms of the content, it's always biblically focused. But I do believe that just because Jesus is at the center of my songs, just because I talk about faith in my music, it doesn't limit it just for the church. And that's something that I've seen God open doors. I know that some of the supporters and the fans that I do have are not necessarily all Christians. And some of the radio invitations that we've had in the past are not necessarily strictly Christian radio. So that's really encouraging in terms of confirmation, really, to me, of that calling. That's
awesome. And I think, if you make just really good music that people like, and it has a message that speaks to everyone, it can easily cross over to people who are not necessarily Christian. I
believe God is a God of excellency, and just because we sing about faith, about the Bible, it doesn't mean that it has to be just okay. It can be great, it can be excellent.
The first song that comes to my mind anyway is this song from when I was a kid on the bus, which was like take the shackles off my feet so I can dance.
Yes, Mary Mary, Shackles.
You know, so that was like a big song with everyone.
A hit,
Yeah, yeah.
Worldwide
and
hit.
it was obviously by a Christian artist, but you know, I had no idea it was even a Christian song.
Yeah. There you go, perfect example.
We're here in Jessica's house.
Yes, you are.
And there's a picture of Jessica and Tino, who's her husband,
Yeah.
in their university graduation outfits.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
So basically I met Tino, my husband, at university, so we've been friends for the longest of time, and I'm just very grateful for his friendship and his love. And the picture that you see was actually the day of our graduation. We both majored in economics, and so we graduated on the same day. He's been such a helping hand when it comes to the ministry, the music. He's had such a big impact in terms of the help that he offers. In fact, he wrote one of the songs of the album.
Wow.
And he does the backing vocals, believe it or not. He wrote Know You More, which is track 3 of the album, for anyone that has the album or wants to buy it. So he wrote that song, and I forced him to do the backing vocals. But yeah, he did a great job.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so as well as the link to the music video in the description below, you also find a link to buy the album, the full album, on iTunes, as well as a link to buy Tino's books. He's also an author. Tell us about Tino and his authorship.
So Tino is a man of many talents. You know, he's an introverted man, but a very talented man. So he wrote this book whilst we were at university as well, which is basically his experience and experience of friends, of what it's like to be a student, a Christian student on campus. As we know, it can be quite a wild ride for many of us. So that book came out whilst we were at university, and yeah, it's done pretty well actually. So please get it for your friends, your children, your family members, your nieces and nephews. I'm sure it will be worth it.
Wow. So you can see this is a very entrepreneurial couple. And,
man.
Who knows where it's going to take them in the future.
Maybe we could talk about our collaboration on this.
So the clip you saw at the beginning is a music video that Jessica sings in, and I did all the video work and video editing, etc. So it's a collaboration between us in making this music video. If you enjoyed the clip at the beginning, make sure to go and check out the full song in the link below on Jessica's channel, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of the content that she's making Christian music and reaching out to people.
Make sure you watch it, and shout out to Barnabas. He absolutely killed it on the production. So as he mentioned, it's a collaboration. If you enjoy it, share it with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channels.
And hopefully Jesus will raise it up again. Because,
Amen.
After killing it, we want to make sure it rises up again.
Yes.
I hope that you've enjoyed meeting Jessica Leslie, and that you go and check out the full song. And until next time, continue to grow in order to be, do, and impact more.